I'm Colin Turner, and this is my learning summary video essay for the course Political Economy of Media. In this video, I'm going to discuss what I learned over the course of this semester in CMN4185. There was a fair bit of doom and gloom in the course content. This was no fault of the course, it was simply a reflection of the reality of climate change, which was the lens we were using to study media. I came into the course already knowing a fair bit about climate change, but I still learned some more facts, particularly about how dire the situation already is. I had believed there was still some time to reverse climate change, but I left the class knowing there was an ever-shrinking window just to mitigate the imminent, unavoidable catastrophe. There was a weird dichotomy I noticed between the science and facts I was seeing in class and the way politicians talked about the issue. One painted a bleak, somber picture, while the other preached an uplifting message of, "We just need to work hard together to get through this." Growing up, I had always been taught in elementary school that recycling paper and turning off lights was key to solving global warming, as it was called in that day. I've done a fair bit of research into the Canadian recycling program and how it's actually incredibly wasteful. Now, it seems, the messaging has changed from recycling your bottles to bring a reusable bottle. Still, the messaging is asking the individual to take a small action in order to help the environment. Collectively, these little acts have barely any effect on climate change when large emitters in factories and mining operations are allowed to spew carbon into the air. This course made me reflect on how the messaging around climate change has remained constant since I was a child. A good citizen should pat themselves on the back after filling up their water bottle because they saved a polar bear, was the gist of it. I don't mean to come off sounding like I gained a pessimistic view during this class, however. Instead, I learned how to be a little more skeptical and critical of climate change initiatives I see being peddled. Now, the first thought that comes to mind when I hear politicians or authority figures talking about solving climate change is, what is their impact on the environment? This skepticism is my biggest takeaway from the course.